How's it going, everybody? This is the Erroneous One here with a new video for Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. So, let's get into this real quick. So, this is the aftermath of the previous high score challenge. I'm sure a bunch of you have already heard this already about the mix-up now with the Jack and Sally medal and such. So, we're going to go into my take on this right now. How should I... Square Enix screwed up pretty badly. I mean, pretty badly with this one. This isn't a small thing in this regard. I mean, and it's one thing, I mean, they've had issues before, but, you know, you would think that with the issues they had before, they were forced to offer refunds. And I'm mentioning the Megara in particular. Give me one second, guys. Sorry about that. I mentioned the Megara medal in particular because there was a typo error on that one where they had to go and fix it. And I think we got like either 1,500 or 3,000 jewels. I forget what it was, but you know that was an error with that medal, and we were compensated for that one. And for the error for that medal, I thought, you know, okay, you know, we get these jewel amounts. That's not bad for the error on the medal. I get that. That's not. That's I mean, it was a mistake. They made they rectified it in terms of compensation jewel wise. That's cool. This is for a high score event that the medal messed up on. And let me give you guys a quick little showing on what this was. So, they even acknowledge it. The parameters for the Jack and Sally medal were listed incorrectly in this notice. We are currently determining how to appropriately compensate affected users. We will provide more information in the near future. So, the big thing on this one is this is what Jack and Sally was supposed to be, and this is why people pushed so hard and spent so much money on this high score challenge. It was supposed to be one tier. It raises your strength of all attributes and lowers the defense of all your opponent's attributes by 1 tier for 2 turns for a 2-cost engage overall. That is no longer the case. The medal has now been changed. The medal now costs 3 gauges, and it only ups the strength of all attributes and downgrades the defense of all enemies' attributes by 1 tier for 1 turn now. That's a pretty big mess up on a high score challenge event medal for this particular one. This is the way it is in the JP version of the game. And when we all saw us were getting this NA side, people got excited and decided to push hard for this event. I pushed hard for this event. For what it was stated right here. The reason I said it here, I was like, it's a 2-cost, 11 hits, and it's going to do all these great things for 2 turns. I was like, this is an amazing medal. This is worth pushing for me. Don't get me wrong, this medal isn't bad on its own. The medal by itself is very good as it stands. I mean, so same thing like I said, but now it only raises the attributes by 1 tier for 1 turn and lowers the defense of attributes by 1 tier for 1 turn. It's still a good medal. It still has good multipliers, but it's not as good as what it should have been, as what it was advertised. You know, I probably wouldn't have put so much stress into this particular high score challenge if it hadn't been for this one. So this high score, I mean, this is a really big mess up. And the funny thing about this one is too, I sent an email to Square Enix customer support, as I'm sure a bunch of people did. And the response they gave back to me was they're looking into the situation. They're going to give us a notice in-game as soon as they figure out what they're going to do. But one of the biggest keynotes I saw in this one is they are unable, and stress this, they seem to be apparently unable to offer any kind of refund for any jewels purchased during the high score event. That's interesting turn of phrase there. People who did this high score and spent money on this high score and got this right here, number one, they're going to feel cheated already. I already feel cheated already in the fact that I put so much effort into this high score and I didn't get what was advertised. You know, this is, I mean, it's not false advertising, don't get me wrong, but you know, I put the effort in there because of what they said it was going to do on their official notice boards in the game. It wasn't that. So that sucks already. That's pretty bad. But I think one of the biggest thing too as well is from everything I've seen from other players and other unions, other groups, my Discord group has been mentioning this too as well. Hackers were pretty rampant in this game and this particular high score. And they bumped a lot of people out of top 200. I'm not sure if I would have been there myself. When the high score ended, I was at rank 232 or 233, I think it was what I was ranked at this morning. I'm not sure if those extra spots would have kept me in the top 200. I would like to think they would have. I mean, it would have been great if it had. There's no way of me knowing that, unfortunately. But I do know that hackers bumped a lot of people out of top 200, unfortunately, is one. So, you have a problem, SENA. You messed up on the medal. Hackers are running rampant in your game, and you don't seem to be able to stop them, even though people are sending you constant screenshots and messages, about the hackers in different unions and what they're doing. Nothing seems to be getting resolved about that. So that's got to get done. The hackers have got to get out of this game, or you got to come down harder on the hackers. I mean, that's just the way it's got to be pretty soon. For people who are actually spending, more money in this game and spending more time in this game. And even, it's making it even worse for free-to-play and casual players, because they're already at a disadvantage if they're not paying for the game like some of us are. Like I am. I mean, I pay this game, and I enjoy it. And, I'm not going to stop playing the game, mainly because I put so much money into this game. I've enjoyed it, and I put in so much time in this game. So I'm going to keep on playing despite this one, but it's really soured the experience for me because of that. But for free-to-play players and casual players who don't spend a lot of money in this game or no money at all, you're putting them in a untenable situation. I mean, what are they supposed to do against people who are paying for the game and then hackers on top of that? I mean, that's just not fair to anybody, especially them, though. So that's got to get resolved. And I hope you guys give us a good resolution on this particular medal, because this is pretty bad. I mean, this mess up was pretty bad in my opinion. I mean, I expected a lot more out of the medal when we got it, and now it's been downgraded by a fair chunk. I mean, that one gauge may not seem like a huge amount, but it is a pretty big amount when you're constantly trying to, adjust your keyblade setups for the, most cost-efficient manner you can do so. So that one gauge is pretty bad, and then, lacking the extra turn for the ability going off, that's a big one. I mean, that's a whole extra turn where you can be focusing on something else and you don't have to worry about that. I mean, essentially, it's going to be a constant loop. It would have been a constant loop of Jack and Sally going off for the most part whenever you're using it to, help you out going on in the future. So this is still a powerful medal, but this is still a good medal. It's no longer a great medal. This is a very good medal, but not a great medal anymore. And it needs to get back there. So, SENA, if you're even going to listen to this at all, and I hope you do, and I know you guys are kind of paying attention now to us when we're saying these things, because a bunch of us saw your little Twitter message about Kyrie and your little play of words there going like, wait, this is real? It is real. Kyrie is here. You're listening to us and what we're saying, and that's good that you're listening to us, but it's also bad in terms of you're not seeming to do anything about this for the most part, and other aspects of the game that people are interested in, like, for instance, the brooms, for instance, and such, you're not doing anything about that either. So we know you're listening now based off that Twitter thing. So please, please do something about this. I mean, this medal, in my opinion, this is what you need to do for this medal. It needs to be put back the way you advertised it. Flat out. You need to put it back the way it was advertised. And you need to, I mean, I only got 5. I would love to get more into the guilt. I'm not going to demand enough, we should all get competition medals, for this one or anything. It'd be great if you did that. But at bare minimum, you guys need to put it back the way you advertised it. And I'm going to be honest, too. I spent money buying jewel packs to get Illustrated Sephiroth for the high score. And I spent a few money on some jewel packs during the high score event to get, like, Captain Hook and such. I spent, I don't know how many SIDs, probably about like 50 plus SIDs, trying different setups to get medals on there working to first high score. I wasted stat effects. I mean, I wasted Poison Plus. I lost 1 Poison Plus in this one, unfortunately, because I had to try and switch over something else. I utilized a Paralyzed Plus on something I didn't want to utilize. I utilized Paralysis and Poison on other medals that I didn't want to really utilize. I used them in an attempt to get a higher score in this high score event. I wasted a lot of, like, Chip and Dales that I could have been using for other things coming up, like on the Illustrated Kyrie and even on this medal, that I ended up putting on medals that I didn't want to put them on, that I did, though, in the attempt to get the medal you guys advertised as the for the high score event. I did it for those reasons alone. So, honestly enough, in this case, yeah, we deserve jewel compensation, and not a measly 3,000 jewels. We deserve everybody who participated in this one and got these medals deserves jewel compensation for the money we spent on the jewel packs that we kind of got negated out by this event, and for, just like all the resources we put into medals to try and, like, get better setups playing the game in the first place. I mean, that'd be great to have in the first place, just saying, like, here, we understand you, here's more SIDs, Here are more Chip and Dale medals for everything we utilize. You know, for the stats abilities we lost going to this kind of thing. I mean, dual compensation for this one and putting this medal back the way you guys advertised it, I think needs to be done in order to make things right. You guys need to make things right. You guys need to bite the bullet, take the loss, and make things right for people who are playing this game, especially for people who are putting money into the game. You know, people are putting money in this game are showing you guys out more money, and we deserve better than what we're getting from this one, from this whole entire issue. So, I mean, that was kind of like additional rant on that one. I apologize, but I'm fairly frustrated by what's happened. I mean, this was more than a little ridiculous in my opinion, for everything that happened. I mean, between the hackers in this high score, and then this medal being essentially nerfed by a fairly large chunk, and then them saying, you know, we're unable to issue refunds for the jewel packs you bought. I mean, it's left a pretty sour taste in my mouth. So I would like that resolved. In a good manner, and I think that SENA needs to take the hit and make this right for everybody playing the game. Everybody who participated in the high score, whether you got a Jack and Sally or not, some kind of compensation needs to go back to them because they did participate, and they were essentially, you know, screwed out of what they could have gotten, either by the hackers or by the mess up on the text for the medal here. Which does kind of lead me into one more thing, and this will be the last point I make from this rant video here. It's awesome that we have finally gotten Illustrated Kyrie. That's one medal that I've been waiting for quite some time to come out. I mean, this medal is going to be very good. It is very good. It's going to be. It is a very good medal. But one thing that caught my attention down here. This is the Sora, Kyrie, and Riku medal. This is also a medal that I assumed that we were going to get when we got the Illustrated Kyrie medal. Much like if you had Illustrated Aqua, Ventus, and Terra, you got the Tav medal. That was great. And I assumed it was going to be under the same template. It's not. Look at this. If you unlock the special attack bonus, which means you need to guilt one of them, if you guild either Illustrated Kyrie, Illustrated Sora, or Illustrated Riku, you're going to get a Sora, Riku, and Kyrie medal that's going to have 2 dots filled in it already. Square Enix, we are not JP. This is SENA. This is SENA. We are Square Enix North America. The pull rates on NA side are nowhere near as good as the JP side, and you need to understand that. Most players are playing, like, I'm betting at least 95% of the players who play this game, maybe 95, that's still really high percent, don't buy enough or have the ability to afford to pull like that in order to guilt the illustrated medals like that in order to get this medal. We don't do that. I mean, I pay this game. I mean, I don't think I'm a huge whale, but yeah, I mean, I guess I'm a whale. I do buy your weekly pack because I can access all the special quests, and I like the discount. More in particular, it's for the discounted jewels. I mean, that's what everybody really does it for. You know, getting the 3,000 jewel pack half off essentially is great. And I do usually buy from your banners because I enjoy playing the game and getting things there, and I'm able to do so. I'm not able to spend enough to guilt those medals. I mean, I'm not even close. The closest I am is to an illustrated Sora, and I need 2 more for that. And I can only hope that when I do my pulls for Kyrie in a bit, that I'm going to pull 2 illustrated Soras. But I mean, that's two of them that I need to get out of there. That's not likely to happen, unfortunately. We don't have the draw rates. That you guys have made this game, and you've made it intentionally this way, SENA. This isn't just, you know, a random thing. You guys made the game this way for North America, where the pull rates are, they're utter garbage compared to JP side. And a lot of us are not able to actually get these medals to guilt like that. So this is grossly unfair, I think, to everybody. Even pay-to-play payers in this game. This is just ridiculous for most of us. I mean, absolutely ridiculous in order to get this thing. This thing should be just like it was with the Tav medal, because you gotta give us like false hope with that one, and for this medal in particular coming out. It should be, if you manage to pull or already have an Illustrated Riku or Illustrated Kyrie or Sora, then you get one of them, and it should have the 3 dots filled just like it was with a Tav medal. There's no reason this medal should be any different than the way you guys had it set up with a tab medal, because that way you guys are still getting your money from people who are pulling to get them the first time, and players are still getting access to this medal, which is a really good medal by itself outright, and everybody wins. SENA gets their money for the players buying from the banners. The players win because they're able to get this medal when they manage to pull the illustrated Kairi, Sora, Riku medals. That was a win-win for both parties, and there's no reason SENA you should be doing it this way. So I hope that you guys change this, because that really, really needs to be changed. You guys not doing that, you're gonna, flat out already with the events of the high score challenge, the way it's happening, with the hackers running rampant in the game so far, especially up there for this current high score challenge, and with this happening, if you guys are gonna keep on doing things this way, trying to play the game like it's played in JP in terms of pull rates, you're gonna lose players. It's just gonna happen. You're gonna see a drastic decrease in players, I'm willing to bet, who just aren't gonna put up with that kind of stuff. For one, like, I'm not gonna pull. I'm gonna pull to get Kairi because she's worth it. After I get Kairi, I'll be honest, I'm not sure how more often I'm gonna pull like I've been pulling. I'm probably not gonna pull at that anymore. I might do like a pull or two from banners that come out or anything. That's why jewels I get saved up from the events in the game. But going out there and spending that much money to pull in particular for things, I'm probably not gonna do anymore after this event if things will get changed. Flat out, that's just for me. I'm not sure how many other people are going to follow in that regard for the most part, but that's just the way it's going to be. I will go strictly to being, I guess, like a dolphin at that point in time, just buying for the most part the weekly pack, and that may be it for the most part. That's just it. This, like I said, this right here with this medal, you need to get guilted to get even 1 2-orb copy of this medal. That's ridiculous for the NA side, because they are not the same game. It's just not. We are North America. The pull rates are different. The setup is different. I get that, but you cannot have us trying to play the game like it's the JP version just to get more money out of us, because it's not going to fly that way. People aren't really going to tolerate that, I don't think. Either way, guys, this has been my rant, because this is straight up a rant. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I'll come back to you guys when I get a response from SENA and as well, and seeing what happens. Pretty soon after this one, I am gonna have a pull video, which is kind of ironic after the events of this one. I feel I feel dirty that I'm doing a pull video after this one, that I'm gonna pull after this one. Kairi's just something I can't look away from, because she's gonna be a game changer. For me, for this game, and for a lot of people, so I'm going to pull for her. But like I said, after that, I don't know. But again, let me know what you guys think. Let me know how this events for the High School Challenge and the requirements now for this Sora, Kairi, and Riku medal. Let me know what you guys think about that, how it's affecting you guys, and such. Again, like I did last time for my rant, I am going to leave a link down below for my Twitter page, which I'm starting to use more often. I am going to tag Square Enix and Kingdom Hearts Unchained NA and see what they say. Maybe they'll watch this. Maybe they'll do something. Maybe they'll take our inputs in regards to this one and actually do positive changes. I'm really hoping for that one, because this has been a pretty souring experience. This has been a bad experience overall for this game, unfortunately. So either way, guys, let me know what you guys think again. And I'll come back to you soon with a pull video, and as soon as they release more information on what's going on with the compensation, I'll come back to you guys, let you guys know too. Hopefully it'll be good for us. And that, you guys take care and good luck in your endeavors in the game. I wish you all the best, and hope you guys weren't impacted too much by this.